Well, hello and welcome back to the Tao Manifesting Tarot. This is the tarot reading that is aimed at creating inspiration in you. It's aimed at helping you to manifest. It is for serious people. We don't talk unicorns, we don't talk rainbows, we don't talk hairy fairy kind of woo-woo stuff. We don't do that. You don't live in that kind of a world. Yes, it is a world of frequency. Makes a difference. Yes, you can to some degree help shape that frequency by reacting to it. It's called manifesting. And so that's what we do in a world that is changing. You take a look at the planetary aspects. I've done astrology for over 50 years, tarot for over 20. You take a look at the astrology, you take a look at all the planets lining up, especially the big ones, all the way from Pluto, Neptune, Uranus, Jupiter, Saturn, or Saturn, Jupiter, I guess. They are all changing signs, either at the moment or through this year. And they're going to be in a friendly relationship to one another. That does not mean good things will happen. It just means that the energy flows more easily. It's not blocked. If we're headed in a bad direction, we're going to go just as fast. If we're in a good direction, we're going to go just as fast. But that's where we're at, and you can feel the energy right now. So what we're doing is taking that energy that astrology lets us know, because astrology is the science of cycles. You know, we just had, I think it was a new moon, if I'm not mistaken. Could have been a full moon. I get confused sometimes. But you know when the lunar cycles are, you know, when a new moon, full moon, you know when it is. That's not predicting. That's not a hairy fairy. That's not satanic. It's just knowing cycles. You know that after spring, there's going to be summer. You know, you get into fall, you get into winter. What is that, satanic? No, it's knowing cycles. And that's what astrology is. Although over the years, to control people, they've made it sound hooga booga. Ooh, it's not. It's the science of cycles. Has been proven scientifically. I may get into that again. I talked about it 6 months ago. I may do it again down the road. But for right now, after 50 years of doing astrology, it is the science of cycles. Tarot, the science of potential. Matching you up with frequency that helps tie you into that current astrological cycle. Okay? Doesn't happen to everybody, doesn't happen all the time. But it happens a lot. Usually in a negative sense because we're programmed negatively. I don't want this to happen. I don't want, oh. And you get it. And you go, what the hell's going on? What am I living under a bad side? No, you are manifesting, but negatively. We got to reverse that. So what you see on the screen is all aimed and generated at helping you to manifest. Create the pictures in your own head. I don't want anything dancing on the screen. I don't want anything moving on the screen. You got 4 cards that are tarot, one in the middle, which is the oracle card, sets the mood for the reading. Close your eyes, meditate. Go get a cup of coffee, make a sandwich. I don't care, whatever. As long as you're listening, you are creating pictures in your head. That's what I want. Let's get to it. Middle card, oracle card. Never-ending story. That creature, it looks like a fairy, sitting on one of the old-timey ways of measuring time. She looks just like, oh shit, again. It's kind of what life feels like. It's kind of, you're going through the motions. You're not plugged into a life that really means anything to you. You're just existing for a paycheck so you can continue this to, you know, live this mediocre life, disconnected from people and places and just everything, which is exactly the way the people who are running the planet want it to be. That's why we have computers, because they're disconnecting from the human side. We're going to the electronic, the technical side, the robotic side. But to make that move, we have to shave your humanity. And that's what they're working on right now. So this fairy person looks just completely exhausted and almost ready to give up. Just like, shit, again. This is the very feeling we're going to tackle. Even though it seems like the crap doesn't end, it just keeps coming and keeps coming and keeps coming and keeps coming. It's our fault. I know, it's painful. God, nobody wants to point the finger at themselves. You're to blame, you're to blame, you're to blame. Not me, not me. I'm a victim. It's that thinking that supports this whole thing of never-ending story. That's why it doesn't end. Because whatever you allow, here's the meme for today, whatever you allow will continue, and we've allowed it. Because it's convenient. I got my smartphone, and I can just punch in and do whatever I want to do. And I got my computer, and I can go wherever I want to do. I can get whatever I want. No, you can't. You can't get anything that you want. They make you think you want it, but it's what they want for you. Remember, these are the same people who said you're going to have nothing and be happy. They're killing your food, they're killing your soil, they're killing their water, they're killing their government, they're killing your society, I was just out for a walk. I do a walk every day. I live right along Lake Superior. I put on, depending on the weather, in the wintertime it's probably about 3 miles, 4 miles, if conditions allow. Summertime it's more like 6 miles a day. But here I am walking just the other day. We get a little spat of sunshine, which we have not been getting a lot of lately. And what do I notice? 3 chemtrails across my sky. I'm up in Lake Superior. There's nobody that lives here. Doesn't make any difference. Oh, by the way, the next day we get a storm. That's going on in the rest of America, along with the chemtrails. Anybody talking about it? You hear anything out of Washington about stopping the No, not a word. Now, I voted for Trump because the Democrats offered literally a puppet. Literally a puppet. A man who stroked out regularly on camera and a woman who couldn't. Forget it. Anyway, so I had no choice. I wasn't going to go to a Green Party. Jill Stein is just not capable of. It's a good idea, but no. So I am giving the new administration until July 4th, 2026. It's about a year and a half from now, July 4th, 2026. You would better come up for the middle class. You better come up for the poor. And I don't mean giving them stuff, although you do it to business all the time. You give them special deals, special tax breaks. You believe in socialism for big corporations, but for your citizens, it's hard-ass capitalism. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Oh, you're a big corporation? Here's billions of dollars. Oh, you're big pharma? Well, you can't be prosecuted for anything that you do, so you can feel free to do anything that you do, and here's some money. You're Israel? Oh, man, we'll throw billions at you. Everybody else gets it. Big business, big connections get it. The average person, and they don't even use toilet paper. It's the never-ending story. Just doesn't end. But remember, it's what we allow to continue. Why aren't we talking about the chemtrails? Why aren't we talking about all the things that are going on? Yeah, these people that are pushing climate change, you know what they're doing? Amazon forest, biggest natural forest in the world. They're cutting a patch through the Amazon to put in a road so that they can meet and talk about the world environment. Oh, and by the way, they're going to have to fly their big jets into an airport close to where they're going to meet, and then they're going to have to take cars or whatever to the meeting. In the middle of the Amazon, no need for it. We have Zoom. They can meet anytime they want. No. We got to make a big deal out of it. We got to shove it in your face that we can do whatever the hell we want to do, and you're not going to stop us. Why? Because what you and I allow will continue. That's why it just doesn't end. So let's see if we can match up the frequency in your imagination. All the way to the left, we got the 5 of Pentacles. This is the way most people feel these days. You have 2 people outside in slightly different versions of this tarot card. It's a church. Church is a point of refuge. We can see with the Pentacles, the lights are on, the church is open, but they walk right by in the snow, poorly dressed. Why? Because they feel like they're useless pieces of shit. I don't deserve it. I don't deserve it. Yeah, but you can go inside. You can at least get out of the snow. You could go inside, maybe even sleep on a pew for overnight, sleep well. You may even get fed. It's a church. No, I don't deserve it. What you allow will continue. If you don't respect yourself, don't expect anybody else to. So feeling that way about yourself, we go to the next card. Five of Wands. Wands is normally positivity, enthusiasm, joy, excitement, gratitude. Five of Wands, though, is conflict. Useless it's just bickering, squabbling, which is what we're in the middle of doing right now. We're blaming each other, pointing the fingers at each other. It's your fault, it's your fault, it's your fault. Black and white, men and women, different ethnic groups. Oh, it's your fault, your fault. We're not accomplishing a damn thing. We're not making the world a better place for all. We're not doing any of the things that we need to do to survive as humanity. And because it's Wands, we're putting a lot of energy into it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. A hill of beans. It doesn't matter. But that's what they want. Since they have the Five of Pentacles energy where you feel like a useless piece of crap, and those are on your good days, they want you fighting each other so you feel even worse, because that makes you so helpless. Remember, what you allow will continue. Next card, little different stance. Again, still with the Wands, but this is the Knight of Wands. The Knights are always bringing gifts. The Knight of Wands brings confidence, courage, passion. Strong energy, positive energy. That's good stuff. So what it says is, if you start to pay attention, if you realize that clean up the mess in your own life, in your own spirit, in your own heart, that energy spreads to other people. You don't have to save the world, save yourself in a positive way. And the Knight of Wands said, you can do it. If you do, here comes the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune says it's a change, man. It's a change. Can be good, can be bad, not guaranteed to be good. But it's powerful. It's destiny. It's a turning point. You got the big picture. You finally understand that what you allow will continue, and it's in your control. Change yourself. I'm not blaming anybody. We're all programmed. But I'm saying it's time to open up your eyes, to act like an adult, to assume responsibility, and say, okay, I can't save the world. I can't get rid of these bastards that are destroying our planet for their greed, their insecurity, their soullessness. But I can work at making myself a better human being. In so doing, you're going to improve every area of your life. And at that point, you're going to see that the never-ending story comes to an end because you're not allowing that bullshit to go on anymore. You are stopping it within yourself. Stop believing the lies. Because it's convenient. It's easy. I don't want to stand out. It's too hard. What you allow is going to continue. That's why it just doesn't end, because you never begin. This is your chance to begin. Gives you the opportunity to recreate your life, to put an end to this sad story that you call your life, and to begin a new version. By the way, it's going to be difficult. Just changing your mindset is going to be monumental. But for my friends, I live in the United States. For my friends who are fellow Americans, back about 250 years ago, we started this country, not correctly in every measure by any stretch, but a group of us decided we were going to stand up and put together a union that was really different than almost anything that had existed before. In fact, somebody asked Benjamin Franklin as he was coming out of one of the important meetings on the Constitution, they said, well, have you given us a monarchy or what? Ben Franklin said, we've given you a constitutional republic, if you can keep it. He knew. He knew. Wasn't going to be easy. Major house cleaning due July 4th, 2026. 250 years down the road from when we first began. What you allow will continue. It's up to you. That's the reading for today. Back again tomorrow with another Tao Manifested reading. Please like, share, and subscribe. That's really, 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 really important apparently these days. They're locking down even harder. Like, share, and subscribe. Back tomorrow with another one. I'm here every single day between now and the next time we do get together. Peace and blessings.